Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Badillo and I'm currently a tutor at Indian Ridge Middle School. In today's video, we will be focusing on the topic of geometry, more specifically, angles and intersecting lines. And I would like to remind you all that everything you learn will transcribe and continue on with you throughout your years. So whatever you learn in 8th grade math, geometry, algebra will keep going on into the more advanced maths that you will get as you grow older. So now we're going to go into the topics of geometry, angles, and intersecting lines. So the basics: angles, parallel lines, and transversal lines. As you can see, we have our parallel lines. We have an example of what a transversal line is, which is just two parallel lines and the line going across them at the same angle. And we have different examples of angles, which is the basics. However, it will help when I go into further detail about the problems.
So here we have two parallel lines noted as A and B and C and D. Right away we can put that line AB is equal to line CD. Now we have our transversal line going through our parallel lines. Now we can assess which angles are congruent to each other because of this. So an easy way to kind of figure this out is imagine this line is an 180-degree angle. So this top portion is 180 degrees. This angle right here is going to equal, obviously, less than 90 degrees. However, the really cool thing is this angle is the same size as this angle. So if we go up here, this angle would equal this angle because of the 180 degrees, and this angle will be the same. To give you a better explanation of what the 180-degree rule is, imagine these are the two protractors we have. The 180 degrees are the same, thus this angle would be equal to this angle. And now we have all of our matching angles.
Now we will go into missing angles with a transversal. So we will get to look at the lines, the angles, and how to find them based on congruency and similarity.
In this problem, they are asking us to find the missing angles with a transversal line going across two parallel lines. Let's say they give us an angle with 110 degrees right here. So let's remember what we first learned about congruent angles. We know this angle will be equal to this angle, and that angle will be equal to this angle and this angle. So we have 110. Okay, now let's remember the degree of a line, which is equal to 180 degrees. So 180 minus 110 equals 70. So now we know the measurement of this angle, which would be 70 degrees. And because of congruent angles, we will see this. Now we know all of the angles that cross between the parallel lines and the transversal line. Easy cheesy.
Now we will go into measures of angles formed by a transversal, which will require a little bit of algebra.
So in this problem, we will be finding the measure of angles formed by a transversal. As you can see, we have the two parallel lines and our transversal line and the angles they gave us. So they give us this angle is equal to 9x plus 88, and this angle is 6x plus 182. And because of congruency, we remember that this one is equal to this one. So now that we were able to find their congruencies, we know that 6x plus 182 plus 9x plus 88 is going to equal 180. So now we just have to simplify the problem. We combined our x's and our multiplications. Now we have to go ahead and subtract 270 from 180, which gives us 15x equals negative 90. So now we divide each side by 15. And we get x equals negative 6. So now we're going to go ahead and substitute that back into this problem. 9 times negative 4 plus 88, which equals 34. So now we subtract 180 minus 34 to get the other. So from 180 minus 34, we would get 146 degrees. Another way is to go ahead and substitute negative 4 into 6 times x plus 182, 146. So now we know that this angle is equal to 146 and this angle is equal to 34 degrees. And that is how you find the measure of angles formed by transversal lines when you receive equations like this. Thanks, y'all.
And lastly, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your professors, or your teachers, I should say. And I also encourage you to look at Khan Academy or tutor.com, which is provided by Hero. Thanks, y'all, and have a wonderful day.